Hi everybody, welcome to Oxford News This Week. I'm Terry Stiles with my good friend, Jim Hughes.
Hi, Terry.
And in this week's news, Threat Assessment and Mental Health Unite in Training Program, Oxford educator wins Oakland County Teacher of the Year, and Oakland University's big move in the big dance. All that and more, the Oxford News begins right now. Even though the report has been published and trials are over with, the Oxford parents once again voiced their frustration over actions of Oxford High School board officials handling events surrounding the November 30th tragedy. Oakland County Prosecutor Karen McDonald recently released internal agreements made in January of 2022 between her office and the former Oxford High School Dean of Students, Nick Ejak, and OHS counselor Sean Hopkins. The two testified in the recent trials of both the OHS shooter and his parents. The documents under the fire by parents are called pro-offer letters. These letters do not provide immunity, but they make it clear that if Ejak and Hopkins choose to be truthful and cooperate with prosecutors, the pair's cooperation would be considered should they be charged. Prosecutor McDonald recently said she would not charge school staff, and therefore it is currently unlikely the letters will create future impacts. Parents at a recent school board meeting expressed their disgust over the letters as well as their displeasure with the school board over perceived lapses in accountability and frustration with the board's lack of transparency. Jim?
Now that the criminal trials of the Oxford school shooter and parents have ended, Oakland County Sheriff Michael Bouchard wanted to actually extend his gratitude to those involved in the response to the tragedy. On Friday, March 22nd, the Oakland County Sheriff's Office released a letter written by the sheriff. In his note, Bouchard thanks his entire agency, many others serving the community needs during and beyond the incident. Fire department partners, local and federal agencies, victim advocates, and mental health professionals are just among the individuals and organizations Bouchard describes as playing an integral part and roles in the community's response and ongoing healing process. The sheriff begins the letter by reiterating his pride in his agency's response and ends with an appeal to all. He also says that seeking and obtaining help is not a sign of weakness and reminds those struggling that they are not alone. His final words reiterate that all of those who have made a difference following the tragedy have his deepest appreciation, admiration, and unfailing support. To read the entire letter of the Oakland County Sheriff's Office, check out their Facebook page. Terry.
Next week, on April 16th, the Oakland County Sheriff's Office is holding a town hall meeting about the county's fentanyl crisis. Fentanyl is a synthetic opioid which has been causing fentanyl poisoning deaths, increasing 120% between 2020 and 2021. In November of 2023, the Oakland County Sheriff's Office became the first law agency in America to use nasal spray, Ontw, to reverse the overdose symptoms. The town hall will allow the community the opportunity to hear more information about that drug and to ask questions of 6 special guests from crisis response units, community health organizations, and more. The meeting will be held at the Oakland County Board of Commissioners Auditorium in Pontiac, April 16th from 7 to 9:30 p.m. It's open to the public, but seating is limited to 100 people. RSVP can only be done by emailing osco@gov.com. That's osco@gov.com. Jim?
The Oakland Press reporting that the Oakland County Mental Health Agency has started a threat assessment training program in the aftermath again of the convictions of the parents of the Oxford High School shooter. Oakland Community Health Network started its training to help schools and other organizations identify warning signs and prevent future violent situations. The program is titled Behavioral Threat Assessment and Management, or for short, BTAM, and its primary goal is to evaluate differences between making a threat and posing a threat to the community. Oakland Community Health Network devised BTAM alongside the Oakland County Sheriff's Office, the FBI, the Oakland County Prosecutor's Office, schools, courts, and other partners. The Health Network's Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Vasilis K. Pozois, said the program and other solutions serve to divert people with mental health and substance use disorders away from the justice system and into the treatment, and the program follows a model from the National Threat Assessment Center of the U.S. Secret Service and Department of Homeland Security. And I do apologize if I butchered the doctor's name. Terry?
Oxford Township Parks and Recreation is hosting a fundraising event for team member Jen Lewis, who is now fighting stage 4 appendix cancer. Lewis has worked with Parks and Rec since 1996, leading various enrichment and athletic programs as a mentor and coach for countless community kids. In 2018, she was honored as the Youth Sports Staff Member of the Year by the Michigan Recreation and Parks Association. To support her current fight against cancer, the Parks and Recreation Department is holding a euchre tournament dinner and silent auction. That's a fundraiser on April 26th. Both dinner-only and buy-in tickets are being sold. Silent auction items and donations will be accepted at the Oxford Township Parks and Recreation Admin Office, located at 2795 Seymour Lake Road. For more information on this fundraiser or on the impact Jen Lewis has had on the community, visit the Chartered Township of Oxford Facebook page. Jim?
What a community leader.
Yep.
Oxford's very own Molly Darnell has been named in Oakland County Middle School's Teacher of the Year, another leader here. Darnell is in Oxford at the Oxford Virtual Academy Middle School teacher and a mentor. She was initially named one of the Oxford Virtual Academy Teachers of the Year before actually taking on the title. Oxford's Community Schools Teacher of the Year alongside Amy Weghorst. The pair were then nominated to represent Oxford in the Oakland County Outstanding Teacher of the Year competition. Darnell was one of 3 educators in the county to receive the award, representing the highest standards of excellence in her profession through her effort and passion. The award includes a cash prize, an invitation to the Oakland School Signature Recognition event. Colleagues and students of Darnell have shared that she is extremely dedicated to supporting students through challenges of online schooling and is an incredible mentor, role model, and teacher. Congratulations on this special accomplishment. Terry?
Good for her. The Oxford Downtown Development Authority has a lot in store for us this upcoming warm summer months. This year, Oxford Summer Nights will not only include the annual Concerts in the Park series, coupled with the Thursday Summer Market, but several new activities are planned, such as Tossing Tuesdays, Cornhole League, and line dancing lessons are among the Summer Nights downtown plans. To keep track of all the fun, the DDA has magnets of a special summer calendar available for pickup. The calendar features all of the event dates along with trolley hours and a QR code to the DDA event page. The magnets also feature the partner businesses and organizations that help make Summer Nights possible. To pick up your magnet, visit the village offices Monday through Thursday, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. It sounds like a fun summer coming up. Jim?
And in our Behind the Lens segment this week, have a can-do attitude. Lakeville Elementary students, Emery Euland is pictured here sitting among piles of cans and dry goods. For his 5th grade exhibition project, Euland decided to support the Oxford Orient Fish Food Pantry by asking classes to bring food and donations. He even offered to use his own money to treat the class with the most of the donations to a popsicle party. Euland is grateful to all who supported his cause, Way to go, way to take action against hunger through public service and care about the lives of others. I tell you, very, very instrumental person there, right?
We have so many kids that are dedicated to community around here. It's great. It must be in the water.
That's good. That is very
Yeah,
good
it's
stuff
really
there.
cool.
I tell you, I mean, it's just, that's kind of what we always do, the behind the lens, and we also do that last story just to kind of like put a little inspiration in
the
I
rest
mean,
of 'em.
sometimes the news is kind of hard to read, but
yeah.
we do have a lot of inspiration going on
Yeah,
here.
sure do.
Anyways, coming up, and I know Terry loves this part of her newscast, she'll have our last story today. Who runs the world? Girls. Up next, well, we know them, we love them.
Of course they do.
There you go. Dave Kenny will have auto talk and science in the news. You're watching Oxford News This Week.
Welcome to this edition of Auto Talk. I'm Dave Kenny, and these stories are taken from Automotive News. In our first story, electrical vehicle owners are noticing vehicle tires wearing faster than those on gasoline-powered vehicles, according to the J.D. Power 2024 U.S. Original Equipment Tire Customer Satisfaction Survey. Findings from the study highlight EV owners having less satisfaction with the durability of their tires, expecting them to wear similar to gasoline-powered vehicle tires. However, EV tires naturally wear quicker because of the vehicle weight is greater and higher torque. This gap in satisfaction creates an opportunity for tire manufacturers and automakers to ensure EV owners are properly educated. Ashley Edgar, Senior Director and Benchmarking and Alternate Mobility at J.D. Power, said in a statement, "Because of the inherent conflicts of maximizing vehicle range and optimizing tire wear for EVs, tire manufacturers and automakers need to work together to overcome the challenge without completely sacrificing tire performance in other areas, especially as the EV market continues to increase," Edgar said. EV tires also are an opportunity for dealership service departments. With fewer moving parts, EV service visits might mostly entail the tire rotation and replacing new windshield wipers. In the 2023 CDK Global White Paper, EV Service Today and Tomorrow, 18% of dealership leaders polled said tire maintenance would be the most common service concern for EV owners, tied for second with the technical issues with the vehicle display system. 38% of those surveys said they believed software issues would be the top concern. Recommended service schedules for most EVs include an annual inspection and tire rotations. For the Ford Mustang Mach-E, a rotation annually or every 10,000 miles is recommended. For the Hyundai Ioniq 6, it's every year or 8,500 miles. And for the GMC Hummer EV pickup, it's every 7,500 miles regardless of time, CDK said. Because of this, being in the tire business will be crucial for service departments. As one dealership manager told CDK, "When it comes to EVs, tires are the new oil change." The U.S. Original Equipment Tire Customer Satisfaction Study assesses tire owner satisfaction in 4 areas: tire ride, tire wear, tire traction and handling, and tire appearance. The 2024 study was conducted between August and December of 2023. The 31,414 respondents were owners of 2022 and 2023 model year vehicles. The 4 segments of the study were luxury, passenger car, performance sport, and truck utility. Results revealed that Michelin ranked highest in the luxury, passenger car, and performance sport segments, and Falcon ranked highest in the truck utility segment. In our next story, Subaru of America is recalling nearly 119,000 midsize crossovers and sedans in the U.S. for an issue that could prevent airbags from deploying in a crash. The recall covers certain 2020 to 2022 Outback midsize crossovers and legacy midsize sedans. A capacitor in the sensors for the Occupant Detection System, or ODS, may crack and short circuit, which can prevent the front passenger airbag from deploying in a crash, according to a recall report submitted March 22nd to NHTSA. Dealers will replace the ODS sensors on the front passenger seat to fix the issue. Subaru told NHTSA it was aware of 253 related warranty claims. It wasn't aware of any related injuries, however. Asen Electronics of Illinois, a subsidiary of Asen Holdings of America, supplies the ODS sensor assembly, according to the report. Dealers were notified March 27th, and vehicle owners will be notified within 60 days. Well, that's it for this edition of Auto Talk. I'm Dave Kenny. Stay tuned to Oxford Community Television.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
And welcome back to Oxford News this week. It's our time for sports. Yes, we are so waiting for spring sports to start. We'll be out there covering some of it. Oxford sophomore Cheyenne Frank is not only the student athlete of the month for February and a regional champion, but she is now a title winner at a national level. During the Oxford Wrestling postseason, Frank became the runner-up in the individual state finals after winning her first 3 matches. She helped contribute to the varsity wrestling team's 17-5 regular season dual meet record and their second place finish in the OAA Red Division. Outside of the school competition, Frank also won the 112-pound division at the USA Wrestling 16U Folk Style Nationals. The competition took place in Cedar Falls, Iowa. On the 15th of March, she pinned her way to the first place and took home the title. Congratulations to Frank on her accomplishments and the great end to a great season. Congratulations once again. Although Oakland University has now left the March Madness behind, the Golden Grizzlies didn't go out without some style and some fight. The 14 seed won their first game against the 3 seed University of Kentucky with a score of 80-76. That was a nail-biter with the victory. The team pulled off the first stunning upset of the 2024 NCAA tournament in the first full day of March Madness. Oakland University was among 4 other double-digit seed upsets that disrupted the brackets across the ESPN. ESPN reported that less than 2,000 out of over 22 million brackets correctly predicted that the results of the games on the 21st on that Thursday. The chance is slim. The .000083 point that to win the advanced OU to the 32 at the Division I level. For the first time, though, in school history, the Golden Grizzlies also became just the 23rd all-time 14 seed to upset the 3 seed in the March Madness, although they lost their matchup against North Carolina State 79-73 this past Saturday. The team left their mark on both the tournament and the school's history, and we also had one Oxford player who seemed to fare pretty well in there. We want to congratulate him, Mr. Townsend. That's going to wrap it up in sports. Terry will have the last story. Dave Kenny's got another segment. You're watching Oxford News this week.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Welcome to Science in the News. I'm Dave Kenny, and this story is taken from New Scientist. Rediscovered magnetic recordings reveal just how extreme the largest recorded solar storm in history, the Carrington event in 1859, really was, highlighting the danger such storms could present to us nowadays. The largest recorded solar storm in history, the Carrington event of 1859, may have been even rarer and more extreme than we thought, according to rediscovered magnetic data gathered at the time. In early September of 1859, a massive solar flare was seen and a coronal mass ejection, a bubble of plasma and magnetic field expelled from the sun's corona, struck Earth's atmosphere, triggering a powerful geomagnetic storm that produced dazzling auroras and fried telegraph wires for several days. If one of similar magnitude happened today, it could cause havoc, knocking out satellites, communication systems, and power grids. Most of our knowledge of the Carrington event comes from contemporaneous descriptions from astronomers like Englishman Richard Carrington, or magnetic recordings taken from an observatory in India. However, neither of these accounts contain detailed numbers describing the storm's magnetic intensity, so it has been difficult to know exactly how powerful the storm was compared with modern examples. Now, Kieran Beggan at the British Geological Survey and his colleagues have digitized paper recordings of Earth's magnetic field made throughout the Carrington event, taken from two observatories in London, Kew and Greenwich. They found that the intensity and speed of charge in the magnetic field during the storm indicates it was at least 1 in 100-year event, possibly as extreme as a 1 in 1,000-year event. This brings the storm more in line with some of the original estimates of the strength in an 1869 scientific paper, which was later revised down by physicists because they thought the original recordings were inaccurate. Looking at the rate of change of magnetic field intensity computed from magnetograms, it's at least 500 nanotesla per minute, which kind of supports what the original 1861 paper suggested, says Beggan. It just proves once again that the Carrington storm was an extreme event. That is almost twice the expected size of a 100-year event, which would be about 350 nanoteslas, he said. To digitize the data, Beggan and his colleagues took images of the London magnetograms, which had been made using a magnetic needle suspended by a thread, the movement of which was recorded on paper to show the strength of the storm. They converted the millimeter deviations into a scale of standardized units. The needle goes off the charts for the peak of the storm, and some of the graphs are difficult to read, so it's still some uncertainty over the exact maximum strength, says Beggan. The researchers also found recordings of an apparent geomagnetic storm several days before the Carrington storm, which may have contributed to the extreme nature of the latter. This is because the previous storm may have swept away some of the solar wind, the plasma of protons and electrons flowing outwards from the sun, leaving a clearer path for the final coronal mass ejection to hit Earth more fully, says Beggan. This is confirmation of how extreme the event was, says Ravinda Desai at the University of Warwick in the UK. People talk about the Carrington event being a 1 in 100-year event, but it's just a bit wishy-washy. Having a published paper which quantitatively says this is really, really valuable, he says. Well, that's it for this edition of Science in the News. I'm Dave Kenny.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
Who runs the world? Girls do, of course. Last month, 15 members of Oxford She Runs This Town Women running group competed in the Roxy Half Marathon on Grosse Ile. The group leader, Emily Lawless, says competition is a word that they use loosely. The group is mainly focused on women supporting women, a group of friends looking to enrich their health in multiple ways. She runs this town, started as a Facebook group among friends in 2018, and now has about 220 members from Lake Orion, Oxford, Rochester, and other communities. Every Saturday, about 20 to 30 of the women meet at 8 a.m. in the morning, yep, that's what I said, and take on the Pollyant Trail or nearby neighborhoods. Their practice at all levels has led to blossoming friendships, beginning of running journeys, and participation in events like the Roxy Half Marathon. The group is free to join and open to all runners and walkers of all levels. Congratulations to every single one of you out there. I think that's amazing.
Good stuff. And I saw on a national news story last night, there's actually a young lady, I don't know what state it's in, forming a bar where all they're going to do is play women's sports up on the big screen.
Oh, wow. That's
I mean,
interesting.
I was on a national story. You can probably look it up. And then obviously the success of Caitlin Clark in the Iowa, the basketball player.
Yes, she's something else.
Oh, right.
Isn't
A lot
she?
of young
Wow.
ladies can, we have a pretty good contingent
Aspire
of lady
to her.
athletes here.
Yeah, we do. We have quite a good group, especially the, what's that team?
Is it lacrosse? Is that what
Thank
it is?
you.
Yeah. I don't know how to call it, but I know what it is.
Yeah,
They
well,
got a net
thank
and
you.
they got a
I
ball.
appreciate that
Yeah.
part anyhow.
But
But yeah, they've done well. The girls' soccer has done really well. It's
And we're
really
moving
fun.
we're moving into spring sports. We'll be seeing
Sure.
Becky Banas introducing our
Yep.
our softball team. She taught me that last year. We got baseball, well, boys baseball, but girls softball. And anyways, it's getting to be spring. Obviously, this is just a little bit before the Easter holiday. We're looking forward to that. Always a new sign of, maybe the weather. Hopefully, it'll cooperate, right?
Well, it seems like always the first couple games of baseball, softball, soccer in the spring are a little bit snowy, a little bit dicey, but
I think it's going to be
Becky's
better.
back. That's a good thing. She'll warm things up a bit.
She will. She always adds some spice to it.
Yeah.
Speaking about baseball, I just kind of thought of this driving up here. The Tigers will, by the time we'll start this week, opening day actually in Chicago.
Last week.
But next week they open it up in downtown Detroit. You always see some snowflakes
This
once
week
in a while
coming
down
up.
there. Now, I think it's synonymous. When you go to a ballpark, you have to have a hot dog. Okay.
Absolutely.
Now the big debate, and I'm very
Coke.
surprised because we kind of talked about this a little bit before: mustard or ketchup on a hot dog.
Oh, ketchup all the way.
I go mustard and ketchup, and I take a lot of heat for it. But if you look behind the back or the dugout or whatever, where the Tigers play or whatever, and they have
yeah.
a ballpark Franks,
Yeah.
they both have ketchup and mustard on them.
Oh yeah, I shouldn't say ketchup. Lots of ketchup and a little bit of mustard.
Yeah.
It's like a little bit of onions if you're going to have
Oh, yeah,
onions
but-
on them.
okay.
But yeah, oh gosh, it makes me want to have one right now. I know they're really controversial. Yes, they're made out of lips and snouts and everything else, but they're so good.
I kept thinking when I brought this up to her, she'd be like, "Ooh, I really don't drink any hot." I mean, Terry eats very healthy, and so does our producer Kyle. I'm
Yeah,
probably the
he
one that
does.
doesn't eat so healthy, but I'm surprised. She said she loves hot dogs.
I
You
do
even
like
went to
them.
one of the.
They go back to my childhood. There's some things I can give up, but hot dogs I can't.
You actually even said you stopped by, not that we want to give them a plug or anything, one of the, a lot of your home improvement stores have a little hot dog
Yes,
stand.
yeah, so they discontinued and I was really upset.
I think they brought
used
it back.
to go
They
there, right, I used to go there just to get the hot dogs on Sunday
buy the
morning.
number one?
And now they brought it back.
You got a hot
so
dog,
I'm
bag
really
of chips, and a soda.
Heck
right?
yeah.
That's some good eating.
That's a good breakfast.
I
don't always eat like
Somebody's got
that.
to document that, okay? Because Terry would not eat that anywhere else.
I
so.
know, I sure wouldn't. Not, on a normal day, I probably wouldn't. But a weekend, I'd just say the heck with it and I eat whatever I
I
want.
gotta say, I wonder if Kyle would eat a hot dog. I don't think he would.
We'll have to test
We'll
it.
have to ask him. Anyways, hey, guess what? We've prolonged the end here, right?
Yeah.
OCTV can be viewed on Spectrum Charter Channel 191 and Channel 99 on the AT&T Uber system. You can check us out on YouTube, Facebook, Rumble, and yes, you know where I check it out, on Roku. We are even on, what was the other thing you said? We're on the smart TV or something?
Fire stick?
Fire Stick. I don't know why I don't have that one. If you have a show idea or you'd like to volunteer for our television station, we'd more than welcome you. OCTV give our office a call at 628-628-9658. Ask for Dave. A very special thank you to our producer, director, healthy eater, Kyle Snage, news writer extraordinaire. She always writes it and makes us sound really well. Allison Miller, editor, Kyle Snage, our station manager, Terry Stiles. For everyone here at OCTV, I'm Jim Hughes. Hoping you have a safe week. Enjoy your Easter. And I invite you back next time when Terry and I, again, will take a look at Oxford News this week. Have a good week, everyone.
It was a good Easter. It was great. Bye-bye.